Snow White is officially Disney's biggest box office disaster of all time.
Rachel Zegler just got blindsided, and this time, it wasn't just internet backlash. Disney has officially confirmed a brand new Snow White remake, effectively shelving the controversial version led by Zegler. This announcement sent shockwaves through Hollywood, marking a dramatic pivot for the entertainment giant, and Zegler's response? Absolutely heartbreaking. For months, rumors swirled that Disney wasn't happy with the outcome of its modernized Snow White. Despite being positioned as a bold feminist reimagining of the 1937 classic, the project was met with instant resistance. Fans accused it of abandoning the core values of the original, with Zegler herself becoming the lightning rod for criticism. She famously dismissed the prince as irrelevant and mocked the traditional love story. While some praised her confidence, many saw her comments as tone-deaf. This sparked an avalanche of social media backlash, memes, and hashtags that dominated discourse for weeks. Even longtime Disney loyalists questioned the studio's direction. Now, in a move few saw coming, Disney has scrapped its previous strategy. Instead, they're returning to the roots, classic storytelling, emotional depth, and, most notably, a new lead actress. Rachel Zegler, once the face of Disney's future, has been quietly removed from all related press campaigns. Sources say her upcoming interviews were cancelled without warning. Insiders confirm she broke down upon hearing the news. So why the sudden change? According to executives, early screenings and online feedback made it impossible to ignore the growing frustration. The backlash wasn't just online noise, it impacted merchandise sales, fan engagement, and even investor confidence. Zegler's comments about Snow White not needing a prince may have been well-intentioned, but audiences weren't ready to part with that iconic romance. What Disney viewed as progress, millions of fans saw as erasure. When the trailer dropped, criticism surged. Critics, bloggers, and influencers began highlighting the lack of heart, the absence of whimsy, and a tone that felt more like activism than magic. Behind the scenes, Disney's PR team scrambled. But by then, it was too late. The narrative had shifted. Snow White wasn't a celebration, it was a controversy. And Rachel Zegler, the once rising star of West Side Story, found herself at the center of a cultural storm. Executives at Disney were reportedly shocked by the negative reception. They anticipated some pushback, but not a total implosion. Test audiences felt disconnected, calling the film uninspired and overly political. Parents were especially vocal, expressing disappointment over what they saw as a loss of innocence in a story meant for children. And so, Disney made a call: start over. The new remake will lean into the charm and nostalgia of the original. Beloved songs will return. The prince is back. The dwarfs? Also making a comeback, but with thoughtful redesigns that honor both tradition and modern sensibilities. Casting is already underway, though Disney is keeping names under wraps. What's clear is that they're looking for someone who embodies classic Hollywood grace, a sharp contrast to Zegler's outspoken and edgy image. In an internal memo, executives emphasized the need to restore audience trust. Part of that plan involves tighter media training, ensuring future stars don't become accidental villains in the eyes of the public. Disney is also involving legacy animators and consultants from the Renaissance era to recapture the visual magic that once defined its brand. Meanwhile, Rachel Zegler has gone silent. Her last public appearance was weeks ago, and she's been absent from all promotional events tied to Snow White. Some fans have rallied behind her, arguing she was unfairly targeted. Others believe she brought the criticism on herself by mocking the source material. Regardless of where you stand, one thing is undeniable: this is a turning point, not just for Zegler, but for Disney. The stakes are sky high. If the new Snow White fails, it could further damage the studio's reputation, especially at a time when audiences are growing weary of reboots and remakes. But if it succeeds, it could be the fairy tale comeback Disney desperately needs. One thing is certain: this isn't just about a movie. It's about legacy, identity, and the battle between tradition and change. And as Disney rewrites Snow White's story once again, all eyes are on what happens next. Interestingly, this isn't the first time Disney has faced backlash over modernizing its princess tales. Previous attempts to reinvent beloved characters like Ariel and Belle also sparked heated debates. But none stirred controversy quite like this. Perhaps that's why the stakes feel higher than ever. With so much riding on a single film, the pressure is immense. Insiders say Disney's new direction is also a response to broader market trends. Studios are recognizing that audiences crave authenticity and nostalgia. As streaming fatigue sets in, there's a renewed demand for films that feel familiar, emotionally resonant, and timeless. In this high-stakes gamble, the studio is betting big, not just on a new cast, but on a return to values that once defined the Disney brand. Family, love, wonder. These aren't just marketing buzzwords, they're the heart of Disney's identity. Analysts believe the studio's survival hinges on its ability to reconnect with multi-generational audiences. Grandparents, parents, and kids need to watch this film together and walk away feeling something. That's what built the empire. And that's what Disney is trying to reclaim. Rachel Zegler's departure marks the end of a very specific chapter in Disney's experimental era. Whether it's remembered as a bold misstep or a misunderstood vision will depend on how the new version performs. But one thing is clear, Hollywood is watching closely. If the revamped Snow White delivers, it won't just save a franchise. It might just redefine Disney's entire approach to storytelling for the next decade. So as the spotlight shifts, as casting rumors swirl, and as fans brace for the next reveal, the legacy of Snow White hangs in the balance. And Rachel Zegler? She's become a symbol of an era Disney seems ready to leave behind. Stay tuned.